If you've scrolled through YouTube lately, you've probably noticed something. There are channels that just explain things. For instance, this channel right here, 15 videos, 12,000 subscribers. Every single upload hits hundreds of thousands of views. Then you've got this one, Tech Explainers, 27,000 subscribers, 21 videos total. And this one, focusing on sea animals. This one's tanks and jets, foods, and more animals. The pattern's identical across all of them. Few videos, disproportionate growth, views that shouldn't be that high for channels this small. And the money? If you're hitting even a moderate RPM, $4, some of these videos are making 50 grand, 60 grand, sometimes more, from one video. Most creators think this style is oversaturated, too simple, too late to start. But the reason you're not seeing this exploding right now is because you're overcomplicating YouTube. You're waiting for the perfect niche. Meanwhile, these channels that I showed you that haven't posted much content are getting results because they picked a format that works and repeated it. Most people approach this backwards. They feel inspired by a topic, make one video, get decent views, then restart with something completely different. If you don't build a system around your channel, you'll restart all over again in the next 30 days. So I did that step for you. I put together a prompting notion with every single prompt we use in this video, plus direct links to Claude, ChatGPT, Flow, 11 Labs, everything. Now that we have everything, let's get into it. Our first step is a two-phase process. Phase 1. Niche selection. You generate a batch of niche ideas and pick the best one. I generated 6 ideas first and I resonated with none of them, so I generated 6 more, and the 10th idea was the one that I locked in. Gaming. Why gaming? Because people care about franchises forever, and there are trending moments automatically built in. For instance, when a new game drops, or when something goes viral in that universe, you're riding attention that already exists. And that's what changes everything, because you are already distributing content to concentrated attention. Phase 2. Video ideation. You take that niche and insert it back into ChatGPT to generate specific ideas inside it. For me, I went with every Pokemon type explained. Now, the reasoning behind me choosing this video idea is important and may help you with selecting your video idea. Pokemon is the highest grossing entertainment franchise in the world, massive consumer base. And well, money follows attention, always. Once you select the video idea that you want to go with, prompt ChatGPT to expand on your video idea for more detail. Because the more information you have on your video idea, the stronger the script. That's where most creators fail. They underestimate the ideation stage and end up having a very basic and weak script. Before we move into scripting, give me 15 seconds. Because here's the thing, most people try this alone. They get stuck. They pick a different niche. Months go by, and they're still watching YouTube tutorials instead of building a business on YouTube. That's the reasoning behind Creator OS. Inside, creators are actually launching their first video in just weeks, and seeing results rather than sitting on their hands going through different YouTube tutorials and wasting months on end. If that sounds like you, and you need the systems, the feedback, and a group of people doing this right now, click the first link in the description. Now let's get back into this video and get everything produced. This is where the video either gets pushed or completely tanks. Most people use ChatGPT. However, what I found is that ChatGPT generates scripts that feel like scripts. Pacing is off. Language is filler heavy. You end up cutting out a bunch of yap. For me, where it's at is Claude. Completely different output. Tighter narrative flow, better pacing, fewer revisions needed. Here's what we'll do. Grab the idea to script prompt from the Notion, head to Claude, paste it in alongside the video idea and the extra video details, as well as the duration of the final video. For the demo video I'm building, I'm going short, 60 to 120 seconds. Just enough to show the workflow. Now, once you have your script, before moving to the visuals, we need to finish our packaging, so we need to create our thumbnail. Head back to Notion and grab the thumbnail prompting, then paste it into ChatGPT. And this is a really important production step, because your thumbnail is your visual anchor for the entire video. It's what every category zooms into. If it's weak, the whole system fails. You'll understand what I mean when we get into editing, so stay tuned for that. Now, alongside your thumbnail prompt, insert your script and video title. Then prompt ChatGPT to fill in a detailed image prompt optimized for Nano Banana 2 generation model. ChatGPT will spit back a detailed image prompt. Copy that. Head to Flow, click the direct link in the Notion, and use Nano Banana's 2 model. 16:9 aspect ratio. Generate. What comes back is your thumbnail, and this single image is doing work across your entire video. Let's move on to the video's visuals. This is where you have to make a creative decision. You can go with AI-generated visuals, or you can search for real images and clips. Both work. If your niche is visual heavy and require commercialized visuals, like gaming, products, real-world things, search for Real B-roll. If your niche is conceptual or abstract, you can generate your images because you have more creative freedom of what you want to design. Let me give you an example of how generating the visuals would go. So if you're going to generate your visuals, then head back to Notion and grab the script to image prompting and insert it into ChatGPT alongside your script and video information. Then before generating, make sure you decide which creative style you want to go with. There are a few different styles embedded into the prompt, so delete the rest while keeping the one you want to go with. 1. Ultra-realistic B-roll. 2. Sloppy handwritten cartoon. 3. Clean vector stickman. 4. Minimal flat icon infographic. 5. 3D soft clay render style. So based on your niche and your competitors' styles, choose one or maybe even pair it with another style and generate the visuals using Google's new generation model, Nano Banana. 2. Now if you are going to search for the images via the web, this is quite simple. Head to your script and look for keywords in it. That will represent that portion of your script. For instance, I'm searching for Pokemon. I pulled keywords from my script, normal type, fire type, water type, and searched each one, found quality images, and saved them. And then once you have all your images saved, we'll need to generate our voiceover before moving on to editing. I will use 11 Labs. There are free alternatives out there. You guys can help each other out in the comments. But for the people using 11 Labs, I will be using this voiceover as it's the best tone for my niche. If your niche is more serious, weapons, finance, technology, pick a different voice. Don't use the same voice every channel uses. That's how your content starts sounding generic. Format your script in 11 Labs. Generate and download. Now we edit the video. Drop your voiceover into the timeline first. Check the pacing immediately. If your delivery feels slow, and sometimes it does, speed it up. 1.1x, 1.2x. Then listen again. Every second of dead pacing is a second of lost retention. Then zoom into the voiceover and look for silence gaps. Moments where nothing's happening. Cut them out. Next, background. Go to the library, grab a vertical background, choose whichever color as it doesn't matter. Drop it into the timeline. Go to Canvas, select your background color. I'm using white. Drag the 9:16 background out of view. Now you've got your white background base. Here's the mechanic that makes this style work. Adding keyframes to your thumbnail for the targeted zoom effect. When your script mentions a new category, in my case, a different Pokemon type, your thumbnail zooms into that specific type. So when you say normal, it zooms to normal. When you say fire, it zooms to fire. First step, add a keyframe to both the default aspect ratio and default placement. Then add another keyframe a bit to the right of the first keyframe. Zoom in and fit the enlarged image so it looks clean. That's your effect. Simple targeted zoom. Repeat that for every category. Each one gets its own zoom sequence. Then add visuals to the timeline in the correct spots. If your visuals have backgrounds, use the background remover. Go to the chroma picker and highlight the background. Add text where needed. Pick a font that matches your niche aesthetic. Something clean, something your competitors are using. Drop the text into the timeline at the right moments. This is the font I'm using. Finally, background music from the YouTube audio library. I wanted a chill vibe for Pokemon, so I went with lo-fi. Adjust the volume so it sits under your voiceover. Give everything a final playthrough. If it looks good, export. You've got the framework now. The Notion has all the prompts. You can absolutely build your first video this week. But here's what happens next for most people. Inaction. They execute solo. They pick a niche. They spend way too long trying to perfect their video. Then they're not sure if their niche was right. They second-guess their thumbnail. They restart. 3 months later, they've rebuilt the system 5 times and have nothing to show for it. Members like Esma, Zachariah, and Rick didn't do that. They locked their niche. They got feedback immediately. They refined once. Then they scaled. Within 90 days, they had results that actually mattered. The difference wasn't talent, it was consistency plus clarity. And clarity comes from people who've already done it, telling you exactly what to fix before you waste time on it. That's Creator OS. It's not for everyone, but if you're serious about actually building this, not just watching, come build with us. You'll know immediately if it's for you. First link in the description to get access, and oh yeah, make sure to stay until the end because the explainer video that we worked on is about to play. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.
Normal. The most straightforward type in the game, normal Pokemon have no particular elemental affinity. They deal average damage across the board and are immune to ghost-type moves, but they can't hit ghost types at all in return. Pokemon like Snorlax and Eevee fall into this category. Fire. Fire types generate heat-based attacks and excel against grass, ice, bug, and steel opponents. Water, rock, and ground moves hit them hard. They tend to hit fast and hard, rewarding aggressive, offensive playstyles. Water.